Yet somehow in the past 48 hours, Democrats have figured out how to get Republicans to fight with each other over the border. Texas Congressman Ronny Jackson, for example, went after fellow Texas Republican Chip Roy. I love Chip Roy, but Chip Roy is a major pain in the for all of us a few times. According to Mediaite, Jackson then said Roy could use a code red beatdown from a few good men. So far, as much as we can tell, no beatdown has occurred, and Chip Roy is with us now. Good to see you, sir. Thank you. How did Democrats pull this off?
Well, look, I mean, what we're seeing here is Democrats set this up purposely. They knew full well this bill wasn't going to become law. A couple of Republicans went along for the ride, which was a mistake. But the Democrats are going to try to blame Republicans for not signing on to legislation that had no chance of actually securing the border. Our job is to keep doing what we've been doing successfully, making clear to the American people that Joe Biden, which they know, has left the border wide open to endanger the American people, allowing to empower cartels, fentanyl to pour in, kill our kids, terrorists to get in, criminals to get in, criminals to beat cops and get let out on bail. All of those things the American people see with their eyes. We passed H.R. 2. We did it a year ago. It would have secured the border. What you're really seeing in real time is the fact that the swamp, the uniparty, Republicans who have been for too long in the hip pocket of the Chamber of Commerce, the only beatdown that's actually going on is that the people that have been, kowtowing to the swamp, they're the ones getting beat down. And so that's what we're seeing happen. There's a real struggle going on in D.C. for how we proceed.
I get that, Congressman. But at some point, Republicans are going to have to put some wins on the board. You can't just keep saying, "Hey, it's a problem, it's a problem, it's a problem, it's a problem." At some point, you got to let good be the result, not great or perfect. You're letting perfect perhaps be the enemy of good. Speaking of wins, Speaker Mike Johnson called the floor vote in order to impeach Alejandro Mayorkas, the DHS secretary. That failed. Reasonable people can agree it was pretty embarrassing for Republicans. Do you think the speaker made a mistake by not waiting for Steve Scalise to get back before calling that vote?
Yeah, well, first of all, let me just take issue with the perfect, the enemy, the good characterization. The fact of the matter is H.R. 2 would actually do the job. The Senate bill would not have. The Senate bill would have made it worse. The Senate bill would have basically codified mass migration in the Democratic policies. We were right to oppose it. The Democrats are trying to use it as a beard. We need reforms that will actually do the job. We're making that case, and we're winning people over. But you got to have the votes, right? And right now, you point out the impeachment vote. I don't know. You can talk to the whip and talk to the speaker. We got 212 out of 215 Republicans to say that the Secretary of Homeland Security should be impeached. That's the first time in 147 years you've had that many votes say that should happen. Hopefully, when Steve Scalise comes back, he's battling cancer. He's an MD Anderson. We'll get the votes. I wish that hadn't occurred that way. I don't know what happened with the whip count there, whether they thought a Democrat wasn't there in town. But when you have a basically 2 or 3 person majority, this is what you're dealing with. So we're going to keep proceeding. He should be impeached.
I just want to put a pin in it. We got a lot of things to get to. I just want to put a pin in this. So you think it was a mistake or not to call the vote?
I mean, they have to. Well, I mean, it was in the end product was a mistake. But look, this is the whole conversation people are tired of. They want to see us get it done. But let's be very clear. We need to actually secure the border. Impeaching Mayorkas needs to happen because he deserves to be held to account for what he's done to the American people. But the fact is, it'll go to the Senate and it will die. The reality is we have a Democratic president who doesn't give a rat's rear end about you or anybody else in this country dealing with wide open borders. We have a Chuck Schumer and a Democrat-led Senate that doesn't care. We have Democratic colleagues in the House of Representatives that don't care that little girls get raped in stash houses in Texas.
You say, forgive me for a second. I'm wondering, we made the point on the show that it's not that they don't care about open borders, that open borders is the policy. Which I think is one you might agree with. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.